What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to create a fluid simulation in Blender. This fluid simulation is great for products, making product visualization, or like an animation or anything that has to do with liquid. It took me a while to figure out how to use this, but now think I've figured it out, so yeah, I'll show you. So to start off, I just have this simple shape here, and we're going to start off with the domain, and we're going to create a cube, and we're just going to scale this up and just drag it up. I'm going to drag my object up with it. I'm just going to scale this up, and then so this box represents the fluid domain, which is the domain or the border to where the water extends. So if we make this box smaller, then this is the amount of space that the water will have to expand. But if we make this large, then this fluid simulation will be a lot more larger and bigger. But I'm just going to keep it like this. And so start off, we're going to click on the physics properties, and we're going to click on fluid. I'm going to change the type to domain, and you can see our box kind of changes into this wireframe shape. So this box simply represents the domain, like for the fluid. Alright, so now we're going to create the actual fluid. So we have to have a shape for the fluid to inflow from, to flow out of. So I'm going to create a sphere. I'm going to make it, okay. We're going to create a sphere and drag this up. Let's scale it down, drag it here. Can make our domain a little larger if we want to have more space between the inflow and the object. So I'm just going to scale this up just a little bit. Oh, there's enough space here. There we go. And the last thing we need to do is, or the next thing we need to do is, on the physics property, we're going to change this to fluid, and for the sphere we're going to select flow, because this is the object where the fluid is going to flow from, and we're going to change the flow type to liquid, and we're going to change the flow behavior. So flow behavior is the behavior of the fluid in the simulation. So we're going to change that to inflow. I'm also going to come down here and click on initial velocity, and since we're on the y-axis, we want this flow to be hitting this bottle. Depending on what you're using this for, it will really depend on what you're trying to create with this liquid. But in my case, I'm trying to create an animation for this bottle, so because I want the fluid to hit this bottle. And so in this case, we would come down here and change this velocity, this initial x velocity, to like 1. Anything between 1 and 10 is pretty cool. I find that 5 works pretty well, but we can test that out. Alright, so I'm going to change that to 5. We'll test it out and see what works the best. Alright, now we're going to click on our object, and we're going to click on fluid, and we're going to change the type to effector. And so the object is going to function as the collision tool, or the collision object, to where the fluid will hit. Alright, and we want to make it plan near, like that. Now we're going to come into our domain settings, and we're going to change the domain type to liquid, and you can see what happens here when we do that. You can see our sphere kind of lights up because it's enabling the fluid. Now we can increase the resolution of this simulation or this fluid domain. I'm going to increase this to about 64. If you have a very fast computer, you can probably increase this a lot higher. So just go with what works best for your computer. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on mesh because this enables the fluid mesh. You can see what happens when we click that because we want the mesh to function as the fluid, so it can flow out. We can play around with the settings in here as well, but for now I'm just going to leave it like it is, and I'm going to change the type for the simulation to all, and then I'm going to bake it. So I had to fix the simulation because the fluid was flowing down like this. So I had to come back in here and change the velocity on the y-axis because we want the fluid to flow in the same direction as the y-axis. Alright, so now we're just going to bake this again. Click on the domain. I'm going to free this bake, and I'm going to bake it again. Alright folks, so now we're going to play the animation, and this is basically how you do it. This is how you create fluid simulation in Blender. Yeah, I'm going to change the, I'm going to turn off this display so we can see how it looks. But yeah guys, this was just a simple tutorial of how to create the fluid. There's a lot of other tutorials out there that go to show like different types of fluids that you can create, but this is just a very basic tutorial, so I hope you enjoy it. If you do, then like it, subscribe, let me know what other type of tutorials you'd like to see from me, and I'll see you in the next one.